Hello, everybody. We are live with the Journey Challenge number 4. We have Louie and Brad here competing for a disadvantage token to give to somebody in no man's land. We're going to pan off to Declan and they will explain the challenge to us. Just give me 1 second to flip this camera. Okay. Hey, Declan.
Good morning, folks. Welcome back to day 3 of Can You Survive Tides of War. We are here at our first Journey Challenge of the day. So last night, our tribes were swapped into 3 new tribes of 6, and Louie and Brad on new Nedic 1 immunity this round, sending new Quadi and new. The other one is Grundle. New Quadi, new Grundle to Tribal Council. They nominated 2 members of their winning tribe to come to compete for a Journey Challenge to, once again, send a disadvantage to one of the players waiting on No Man's Land for a chance to return to the game. If you didn't see last night, we had our 6 players on No Man's Land compete to stay on No Man's Land, and Alicia and Jorge were the ones who won that challenge and remained on No Man's Land last night, where Justin, Meg, MC, and Aubrey were sadly permanently eliminated from the game. This challenge is a simple puzzle challenge. Both players have a puzzle box full of uneven pieces of wood, different lengths, different angles that connect into the dowels beneath them. They're getting a chance to study the pattern on top. When we start the challenge, I'll dump out both sets of pieces, and then whichever player can finish the puzzle first will win the Journey Challenge. Players, are you feeling ready? All right.
Okay, so we have Brad here. And we have Louie here. Since there were 2 losers today, we have 2 people competing from the winning tribe for this disadvantage. The disadvantage can go to the 2 people, Alicia and Jorge, or it could go to one of the 2 people that are going to be voted out from the other 2 tribes that will be going to tribal council after this.
In the corners, I think the corners don't come out.
The players will have to piece together this puzzle. They were able to study the design first. Right now, the puzzle pieces are being mixed up. I'm going to assume, based on the looks of this, that this is not going to be an easy puzzle. If you guys can see, there's all different grooves and shapes and sizes.
So don't judge my performance.
So again, we have Louie.
I took my time. I wasn't throwing it. People thought I was throwing it. It's just throwing bad.
And Brad.
All right. Both your puzzles have been dumped out and mixed up. All right, survivors ready? Go.
All right. So Brad is taking a seat, getting comfortable. I think this might take a while. Brad is saying he's not the greatest at puzzles. It seems like Louie kind of said the same thing.
I just said I'm slow at puzzles.
Slow at puzzles.
Which could be bad in a game like that.
Okay, it looks like Louie is studying the pieces, organizing them before placing them.
Brad appears to have 2 on the board.
Look over at Brad. Brad is placing pieces. They look like they are in the correct spot, but are they? I do not know. The design was, I think it looked like a fish. What was it? Declan, do you? A shark. It was a shark. And those of you who are just joining in, Louis and Brad, they are competing to give a disadvantage to one of the 4 players that will be on no man's land after the next 2 tribal council. They both represent the winning tribe here. Okay. Louis is organizing. Did he place any yet? I don't believe so. So still organizing. So what is the strategy here? Okay. Looks like Brad is also organizing the pieces off the board, trying to maybe figure out the design first and then place the pieces.
Brad with the piece. Louis trying to get into it.
Brad just fit a piece in there.
Louis maybe with 2 pieces, if they're correct.
Okay, back over to Louis. Looks like some progress has been made.
And undone.
Yes, Brad. The survivor players have no coffee at camp.
Coffee.
Brad another piece. Or not.
Louis placing more pieces. Are they right? Time will tell.
If this challenge goes on too long, you guys, I will at some point make a judgment call, and just whoever's closer will win.
Yep. No worries. Thank you.
So don't get
Okay.
bogged down by assuming you have all the time in the world. Fight for every second.
Okay.
So Declan just said that they will make a judgment call at a certain point if
I'll give you like a 2
this
minute
challenge
warning.
goes on for too long. And they said they will give a notice of a time. So we won't be here all day. I believe in the versus Water game 3. This was the final 4 immunity challenge. Final 3. Ooh, yes, that's right. And Mike was unsuccessful. I think Alan won this puzzle and then went on to win the game.
KC won this puzzle.
Oh yeah, for the
and
blue
voted out
game.
Francis also went on to win the game.
I forgot that was a double game year. Yes, so Casey won the immunity for this puzzle in final 3 and the blue game for Blood versus Water. Looks like Louis is placing pieces.
This is hard.
So for those of you who are joining in, they are fitting these pieces to create a shark design on the top of the puzzle. As you could see, the pieces have all different grooves and cuts. And they have to fit them into the correct location. All right, let's go check in on Brad. Okay, it seems like some trial and error, putting pieces in, taking them out, seeing what works, what doesn't work. I am not a puzzle person, so I don't know the strategy, but if you want to talk in the comments, obviously I can't share them, but what your strategy would be for this. Seems like Brad is placing a lot of the solid white top pieces. Are they correct? I don't know. So it seems like he has quite a number of pieces there on the board. Back over to Louis, we're seeing his progress. He also has a lot of the white top pieces placed on his puzzle. Um, Terry, what's going to happen is Declan will, if give a time limit, and whoever has the most correct pieces will end up winning.
If we suck enough, Terry, they're going to tell us that we suck.
Yup.
So this is for a disadvantage token. So they will decide on a person to give a disadvantage in no man's land, which will hinder their chances of getting back into this game. So one person from no man's land will rejoin the game at some point. Could be Alicia, could be Jorge, or it could be one of the two people who get voted out in the next two tribals that get this token, disadvantage token. Okay, Brad made some progress. Tabby, that sounds like a good strategy. That's what I would imagine they're doing. Because that would be a good guide.
Really, this is tough.
Could have just been the picture. That would have been tough enough.
Get good.
Okay, it seems like Brad placed a couple of more pieces. Let's go over to Louis. Louis also placed a couple of more pieces. Looks like for both players, they are doing a trial and error, figuring out what fits, moving pieces around.
Whenever you give me that word, I will start the timer for these players.
Okay. So if we don't have somebody finished with this puzzle soon, Declan will give a time, and whoever has the most correct pieces will win the disadvantage token. Seems like Brad is making progress.
Shape starting to form on Brad's board. Brad with another piece.
The image on this puzzle is a shark.
Right now, Brad is in the lead, but Louis is not too far behind.
It seems very close. It's hard to say.
A puzzle like this, you got to be systematic. Pick a spot, try every piece until you find the solution. Louis with a piece.
Louis just
Brad with the piece.
seems like he got a piece in the right spot. I'm assuming if it fits, it is correct. Brad, it seems like he is getting the outline of the design here. This puzzle should lay flat, so all the pieces should be the same height if they are in the correct spot. Brad placed another piece on his puzzle. You can almost start to see the design forming on Brad's puzzle. Let's take over a look at Louis'. Louis also has the outline of the design being formed. Both players appear to have the same strategy, working inward to the outside, starting with the design piece first and working out. This is not an easy puzzle.
It's a hard puzzle, but it's designed with a few ways for you to narrow down options. Both the painted design on top gives you a hint, and the length of pieces gives you a hint.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard that. Declan is saying
Great. I'm gonna give these
that the players can use
2.5 minute warning.
the design to help and the length of
Okay,
the
Louis,
puzzle
Brad, I'm about to
pieces.
start a 2.5 minute timer. At the end of that 2.5 minutes, I'm going to say hands up. Whoever's puzzle is more complete will win the challenge.
Okay,
2 minutes and 30 seconds is starting now.
awesome. So the 2 minute and 30-second timer, whichever player has the most correct pieces at the end of those 2 minutes and 30 seconds will win the disadvantage token. We have Louis. And we have Brad. These players are definitely on the track to complete this puzzle. Okay, it's hard for me to tell. What do you guys think in the chat? Who has, or looks like has the most pieces here? There's Brad, and then we have Louis' puzzle here.
Just about 1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining, and then we're gonna call this challenge.
Brad is got a sizable lead right now, but anything can happen.
Okay, so Brad is in the lead currently.
Louis would need a miracle to pull it through.
Brad is not resting on his laurels. Increases his lead by 1 piece.
Okay.
Louis gets a piece. Oh, did he?
Yes, so Brad is definitely making a lot of progress here. You could almost see the whole front part of the design. Oop. Sorry, my camera turned upside down.
Time's up.
All
Hands
right,
up. Hands up.
that is time.
Brad has won the Journey Challenge. Congratulations, Brad.
Great job.
Good job to you both.
I was trying to build the shape, but obviously. that didn't work out for me.
Brad, I'll present you with a disadvantage token right after the live stream ends. You will have an opportunity to assign it to one of the players currently on No Man's Land, including the 2 who are there from last night and the 2 who are about to be voted out. So after these 2 tribal councils, but before the next challenge, you'll come with me in private and you'll make your decision.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be back with tribal council in a pretty short while, so please tune in.
Thank you, Declan. Okay, if you guys want to hang out for a second, talking to them, not you guys. Somebody will take you guys. We'll just talk a little bit quickly. I'll be quick about No Man's Land and talk to you guys about what's going to be happening with that throughout the day. And this way, you guys will know. Maybe could guess or take a guess on who is going to have an opportunity to try to get back in this game. So, yesterday during the competition, Alicia and Jorge won the competition, and they're still on No Man's Land. 2 more people will be joining them today. Brad will have the option of which of those 4 people he wants to give the disadvantage token to. At some point, there will be a comeback competition. I can't tell you how many people will be a part of that comeback competition, but disadvantages will be given out throughout the day, and disadvantages can be stacked. So somebody who has been on No Man's Land for a long time could have 3, 2, 1, or more, or 0. So it should be interesting to see what the players will do. Brad is an original rookie player. Will he go after his own side? Will he go after the vets? So it should be interesting to see who will be disadvantaged based on players' original tribes or swap tribes. So I look forward to seeing everybody today. So we'll be doing these competitions a couple of more times throughout the day. And it brings a fun new twist to the game. And I look forward to seeing who is going to be rejoining the game by the end of it. So I'll see you all later. Have a great day. We'll be back with Tribal Council very shortly. So stay on Facebook.